Welcome back to the Facial Recognition Comedy Podcast. I'm Pallavi.
Hey, what's up? I'm Fizaa.
Hi, it's Zahra.
And today we have our special guest, Kevin Avery.
Hi, everybody.
Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me. This is lovely.
Yeah.
We just
I'm enjoying
started.
it already. We'll
Check in with you later.
We sort of pre-potted, so I'm already
bit.
interested
bit.
in,
Kind of got an idea for our
So,
personalities.
how did we lure you in here? Because you know Fizaa out of all of us, right?
Yeah, and that's it.
That's it. Fizaa just asked,
answered.
and you were like,
Yeah.
okay.
How did you guys meet?
on
Or
a
know each
show.
other?
On a show like that show.
Yeah.
The other show I run, Blunt Force. You knew one of my co-producers, Eric from New York. And
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
you hit him up and he did the show, and it's just been history since.
Here we go. Yeah. Every day we hang out. We get coffee first thing in the morning. Then we take that fishing trip. And we do that every summer, right?
Yeah.
It's really strange. I guess if the camera wasn't here, I'd be like, you guys are wearing the same thing again.
I know.
Oh my God.
I completely forgot that there was a camera in front
Yeah,
of us.
we
now.
could have gotten
away with it so
Very
much.
self-conscious.
Are you good with the angles?
Directly at
Do you
you.
need to tilt slightly?
Is this your good side?
This is.
Do you have a good side?
We're
slash
gonna
bad
find
side?
out.
Zara doesn't have a good side.
You know what?
They're all good.
Jeez.
Okay.
What's your good side? Is it just straight on?
I like my right side.
Why?
Okay.
Because I think the left side is like the driver's side, and I feel like I have more freckles and like sun damage on my left side. So I prefer
Maybe I
the
have
right
more
side.
on my right because I'm a
That's just-
passenger.
I'm just being scientific
That's
about
such a
this.
well thought out
Thank you. Thank
you know
approach
for
to
that.
it.
My left arm's darker than my right arm.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
your driver's
Yeah.
it's your driver's tan.
LA problem.
Yes.
Okay, wait, Kevin.
Hold on. Wait. Hold that thought. Are you driving around with your arm hanging out? Is that a thing? Are we
She
still doing
kind of
that?
does relax a lot while she's driving. She's like laid
Have
back.
a leg up.
I
She
haven't-
does like
on the
this
dashboard.
thing. She's just like in her legs. up.
Yeah, I'm usually
She's like one arming it
Yeah.
the whole time, and I'm like, "Am I driving? Like what?"
I haven't ridden around with the old arm hanging out of the car
No,
in
but
a
it's
long
also
time.
the sun is always
Yeah.
on the driver's side.
Sure.
You know, so like even if both my hands are on the wheel, like my
It's enough.
whatever you call this, the Krelbo region
Yeah.
is
She's being scientific about it.
exposed, you know?
I guess because when I drive, my hands are behind my back. So.
Oh, I drive with
yeah.
my knees. You too?
I've been guilty of that before.
I am completely covered head to toe.
We get really tan when we
go.
go fishing.
Yeah, that's right. We do. Well, we
the
got to be out there
summers.
for a long time to catch
Yeah.
those minnows.
So are
sorry,
you a
cut me
fisherman?
off. I used to, when I was a kid, I liked fishing. I loved fishing actually, and but I haven't been since.
So
I
let's.
think this is a cry for help. We need to take it.
I used to fish and I used to
someone
ski
take
regularly.
Kevin Avery fishing?
Please.
God damn it.
Someone get a boat.
I
get
do
some poles.
every summer, but
Yeah.
that's not enough, is it?
No, it really
No.
isn't.
There's no fishing going on in Silver Lake?
No, there
Is there a
probably
lake
isn't. I
in
just,
Silver Lake?
there-
or is
are
a
there-
hole?
are
A big
there-
ass hole.
Are there man-made ponds in Silver Lake? Can
Here's
you like
the-
go in anyone's like backyard?
Here's the thing. There is some sort of river.
Welcome to the Fishing Recognition Podcast.
Wait, there is a river?
Isn't there a river?
Does it have water in it?
I don't know. The problem is I just
It's a
have-
ditch.
Fuck do you know about fishing, Kevin?
Nothing. I don't know. It's geography that I have a problem with. Like I just kind of don't know where anything is.
All right. At the top of every podcast, we're just going to have guests list their weaknesses.
Yeah.
I'm
Geography?
sorry.
Geography.
For sure.
Geography definitely. In New York, it took me a while to figure out just where things. I constantly was.
Well, the body of water is usually in one direction.
Sure.
in New York.
But I had to do that every time. I had to be like, okay, I had to go in that. Like every time, I never got a natural instinct for.
Yeah,
the
I'm
direction.
always disoriented when I come out of the subway or any elevator.
Yeah, it's
York.
weird.
I never know where I am.
I don't. The
I know.
elevator?
Yeah, it's
You're
yeah,
trapped
the
in a-
elevator.
you're trapped in a box.
Am I the only one?
I mean,
I get it. Anytime I'm inside,
Sorry.
I'm like, I have to go outside and then like turn around a few times.
You know what's funny is after one of the facial recognition shows, Jen, one of the comics who does our show, she didn't remember which parking garage she parked in for the life of her.
boy.
So I drove her around and she just pressed her remote on her car key until we heard beeping. And there's like 5 parking garages in that like
Bonding time.
Yeah. That's definitely happened to me. But it's usually I forget where in the parking structure I parked my car.
wait,
not the actual structure.
Not the actual structure.
aren't they
yeah.
paid garage? Like, did you have to? Were you going in
To every
Were you
garage.
taking a ticket? and
No,
paying?
it was the garages were open, so
Oh, okay.
yeah. I mean, then they weren't too high. It was like 3 stories. So
Okay.
Okay.
I cut you off. Though.
I'm clearly the one guy.
Okay.
Yeah, you are. I'm sorry.
get us
I've
back on
derailed
track.
this whole podcast.
Let's get us back on
Kevin
track.
Avery, what is your
Hi.
background? Who are you? What do you do?
Yeah, who the fuck
Oh.
are you, man?
Jesus, that is
Why
broad.
are you here?
besides being a world-class writer,
Every year I attend the writing Olympics, and no,
Can I be in the writing Special Olympics? Like,
writing
what does that mean?
Olympian?
who I'm a yeah, it's just shot put. Who am I? I come from the Bay Area,
Oh,
California.
cool. I live there.
You lived there?
I lived there for 2 years.
Where?
I lived in Noe Valley for 4 months, and then I lived in the Mission for like a year and a
Okay.
half, and then I lived in Redwood City, and I
All right.
worked in Fremont.
Wow. All right. So you all right?
So
you
where
got
in
it.
the Bay are you from?
About that. Well, I grew up in San Jose.
Oh.
But then I lived in San Francisco for quite a number of years. That's where I started doing stand up.
Brainwash was my first set.
The Brainwash Cafe.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Yeah, that was I was already doing it when the Brainwash started, but yeah, it was I would
wow.
sometimes go to the Brainwash when I just needed to do laundry.
Yeah, it's a
one of
laundromat
the-
and a
Yeah.
cafe
Yeah.
and a place where open mics happen.
Yeah. Oh, I should have specified that so it didn't sound weird.
He's just doing his laundry
I
at
just
an open mic for no reason. He's
Bring
just,
my laundry to
he's got like a
restaurants, the
tub
bank. Yeah.
and like a
Just
hose.
washboard.
Yeah.
That was your gimmick. You were the comic that brought dirty laundry
was
everywhere.
my
Is
thing.
that your prop comic?
I need something, you guys. And that's the one who does his laundry. So yeah, and I don't know, stand up and stuff.
And then you
that's
ended
where
up in
I
New
started. And I moved to Los Angeles and was here for a little bit. But my writing partner for many years was W. Kamau Bell, and so he had a show called Totally Biased,
yeah.
and I went to New York with him to write that, and then stayed there for like 5 years.
What range of time was that?
That was 2012. I left here in June 2012. And we were Totally Biased went for a couple of seasons, and then I went to another show, Best Week Ever, for a very short time, and then jumped to Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. And that's where I
Yeah.
stayed for the rest of my time in New York.
so
That's so dope.
why don't you tell us about that Emmy?
Yeah, the Emmy for
Wait, I want to go back.
last week tonight.
I want to go back a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Totally Biased. Was that the one where like I remember seeing like clips of it, but I never like got to watch the whole thing? Is that where he like talked to Klan members and stuff, and he had like all these?
No,
different-
that is his new show, United Shades of America,
Oh,
on
okay, my bad.
CNN.
My bad. Anyways, moving on.
Um,
what were like things that you worked with him on Totally Biased for?
I mean, it was, so your I shouldn't say standard late night show, but yeah, him, screen, clips, news. It was very like that was the thing at Last Week Tonight. It really skewed political and
Yeah.
sort of what's going on in the world. And I noticed a vast difference right away in working on Totally Biased, which was, like the story that I always think of is the baby, the old white man who slapped the black baby on an airplane.
What?
That was on Totally Biased.
What?
Yeah, that happened. That was a story that happened. And so
What?
we talked about shit like that.
Oh, I got angry.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like I never heard of this.
Of course.
Was it in mainstream media? Was it covered?
It was.
I mean,
on,
it was one of those stories that we certainly found it just going through all the regular
yeah,
news
but it
things.
wasn't like, like in the news cycle for like a whole
It wasn't
3
like
days.
Shark Week.
It was in Shark Week.
No. It was. I remember it was a story that was out there, and we were like,
Question.
well, we have to talk about it.
In the articles themselves, was it specified that this was a white man who slapped a black baby?
Yeah. In fact, I mean, I believe we had. I feel like we had footage of like
This
somebody talking about this. But yeah, that was the
So
whole
it
thing.
makes me like very angry in my core, but also it's so ridiculous for a
Yeah, it
man
was
to
nuts.
slap a baby
Yeah.
that I can't. Okay.
He hit the kid, and
What was the motive?
Probably to
mean,
shut
he was
it
a
up,
kid on
you
the
know.
plane.
To shut it up?
Probably.
But so we all, we look. I feel you, but you don't slap somebody's
That's
kid.
true.
And this, old white dude slapping a black woman's baby. I can't remember where they were. In the air, but they had come. I think they were on the tarmac. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, it was a long time ago. But there was a time when we slapped babies on airplanes, apparently.
2013.
Yeah. So, things like that. And, there was a lot of Barack talk, obviously. And sad. We miss him.
It's almost like he's like gone.
So
It was the golden age, basically.
It was the golden age. Oh, man. I moved to L.A. right before he was elected. So I remember election night just wandering around the streets of like Echo Park.
Was it 08?
It was 08.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got here March 08, I believe. Yeah,
Okay.
10 years ago.
So
God damn.
okay, now Emmy talk. Tell us about your Emmy.
I don't have
Tell
anything
us.
How heavy
Is
is
it
it?
made of chocolate? How did you get it?
when did you find out about the nomination?
One is made of chocolate and one is white chocolate.
Ooh, okay.
Gross.
Where do you
Why?
keep it?
They're both in my.
Oh, you
they're
have
just in the
two.
room. I didn't have any place. I don't. They're just in
Wait,
a
the
little
chocolate
shelf.
one and the non-chocolate one, they're both.
They're both. I put them. I basically put them both in a bowl, let the sun melt them, and just merge them together.
And that's how
And I eat them.
we'll cure society
One
of its
time.
issues.
So what is that experience like? Like, walk us through it. When did you find out you were nominated?
What was it
And-
for? Was it like a specific episode? Was it?
No, in late night you're nominated for, I guess, just generally for this season. For,
Right.
So.
Oh, sorry. I don't know things.
no.
So my bad.
Well, no, but
My
I mean,
apologies.
There's I really didn't. I don't
Teach
think
us
I.
about winning Emmys, please.
Oh my
Thank
God.
you.
All right, guys, I'm gonna go right now. It feels awkward and uncomfortable.
That's why we put you between Zara and me. So
No.
Zara's our muscle.
Yeah. I'll stop you.
Oh, Pallavi's our muscle too.
I feel
I'm the
all of
delicate
you-
one.
All of you could be the muscle.
This is true.
Thank you.
I believe in us. I'm
Wait a
glad
minute
you
now.
do, too.
If I'm trying to think of all your roles in a heist.
You'd count the money. Zara would count the money for sure. She's our treasurer. She's a treasurer. I'm the one
the
who
beta
like,
for existence.
I think, am I the one who like plans the like where we're gonna attack things from?
You're the wheel woman.
I'm the wheel woman.
You're the driver.
No, Fizaa has to be because
She doesn't have a car. She can't be the wheel woman.
I have
the
a license.
challenge.
Give her rights.
I got a license. I'll steal the car. I don't care.
Imagine running out
I
of
won't
the
leave
bank
fingerprints. I understand it.
and you're still like looking for a car, or like, I can't.
You guys, I called us an Uber pool to get out of here.
Can I be the distraction?
That's what I was thinking. Like you were the one
What
who's
are-
like the
what is
distraction, and I plan like I'm like the Joker who like plans like the. I'm so in the dark.
Let
Knight
her
right now.
guest assign us roles, and then we'll let him know if we agree with this casting. Okay?
Yeah,
go
cast
ahead.
us.
Well, I mean,
Cast us in 3 different movie archetypes.
yeah, it's hard to.
You just met me and Zara though.
Yeah.
You know. Fizaa.
Yeah. No, yeah. Okay, so Wheel Woman.
He pointed to Pallavi.
Pallavi's the wheel woman. Okay.
Yeah, and then I should be on the mic. And then I think Fizz is the point. I think you're the one who walks in the no,
door.
you're the disguise person.
Oh, she's been in the bank
You
the whole
walk
time.
in, yeah.
Oh,
You
she's an
walk
actor.
in.
Inside job.
Got
Yes.
it.
So you have some sort of disguise.
You're
You're
the
kind of
spy.
Brad Pitting it.
Yeah.
You know.
Eating, you're Brad Pitt.
Oh,
You're like eating in every
yeah.
scene.
Yep. Eating in every scene.
Just-
She
yeah.
is the Brad Pitt of the group.
And
yes.
then you are sort of the Zara's the Overwatch. You're kind of you're the eye in the sky. You're watching on the monitors and hacking into all the shit and everything like that. That's
I feel
what's
like we're
happening.
Okay.
switched.
yeah.
Me and Zara are switched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what it is? You're wearing that jacket.
Oh,
Maybe.
And that
You're wearing the hacker
says-
jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
What was that movie
which movie?
with Ryan Gosling? Where he's
Drive?
the
Driver? Baby
Drive.
Driver?
No,
Baby-
Drive.
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 Just drive.
I have like I turn around, I have a
You're
giant
wearing like
scorpion
a
on my back.
yeah. It's amazing.
Well, speaking of it,
Yeah.
what if I just had Ryan Gosling's face in that style? Ooh, I
That'd
want
be-
a new jacket.
Someone will do it for you.
Thank you.
One of your fans can make that happen.
Yeah. I think, Pallavi and I were looking at each other like, yeah, that's definitely swap because Pallavi's definitely like the hacker person who can figure shit
I
out
could see that.
in the
I'm-
background.
I code.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there you go.
But also, I think that's
She
just
runs
like
all of her
how we're-
socials too, so she just knows technology
All right.
better than us.
And Zara drives me everywhere.
Yeah, I'm more of the utility player. And I know how to count money. That's about it.
She's definitely our treasurer.
Okay. All right. What would you drive in a heist?
Fucking drive the car you
I'm
have
gonna
now.
drive my Mini Cooper.
Yes.
You see it?
Thank you. Thank you so much. I want it.
All right.
One of us is in the trunk, probably me.
Is that it right there?
Yeah, I gotta fill up my meter. I'll be right back. Sorry.
Oh, well.
Oh, wow.
Speaking of.
Bye, Zara.
Bye, Zara.
She's just
There goes your wheel, woman. You'd run
This
out and the
is
car
so
would be
funny.
towed.
Yeah.
Classic
Because she
Zara.
didn't.
I like how she didn't remember until just now.
It's very interesting. Well, now what
Is
do
there
we
a
do?
meter
Wait.
out there?
Wait, we're gonna get is there a meter? I don't know, but
I'm just gonna eat the ticket because I used all my quarters last night.
no
Doing all
on the
that
street.
laundry? What, were you,
Doing
did
all
you have
that
a
laundry.
set?
I had it. No, I had a dinner. Last night I had a pretty great night actually. I met a hip hop idol of mine, MC Light.
Oh.
And yeah, and I just had we all went to dinner. It's a handful of us.
Classic.
Where did you guys
And,
go?
I forgot the name of the catch.
What did
Oh.
she smell like?
Like MC Light. I don't know.
I just imagine she smells really good.
I didn't ask her. I didn't. Say, could you lean
weird.
in so I could smell you? I avoided that. But
I had that happen
You
at a
gotta be
mic
subtle.
recently.
You got to be subtle. You got to get a little whiff in the. Did you get it?
Excuse me, I'm just smell. No, I
When
didn't.
you went in for the hug, you didn't try to.
That happens
Try
at
to gauge
every
the-
hug at an open mic.
Oh my goodness.
No, I did not do that. But yeah, she was great, and it was super fun to hang out with the group and just have a Friday night.
Oh, wait.
awesome.
Wait, I know. Okay,
Wow.
I know we were going to talk about the Emmy, but since we're talking about, you said she's like a hip hop legend
Yeah.
to you.
Mhm.
Is that because you were in a '90s R&B group?
Okay, and here we
Research.
It's called For Now.
the letter 4 dash
Now.
NOW.
Yeah. Well,
Let's talk about it. How did this happen?
It was for then, and then it stopped, right?
it was supposed to be for the moment, and then we forgot to change the name, and that's what it became.
And what was it like? What did you?
Well-
what kind of music?
Yeah, how many members were there and who were you? Were you like
Well, that's the sad part.
Did
of
you
it.
get
There were
to
6
do
of
the
us.
low talking in between? Did you get to do that? Yes.
so who was the Justin Timberlake of the group?
Okay.
Yeah.
And who disbanded
I got it.
everybody?
This is where I got to stop you right there. This is where I got to stop you.
Break it down.
There
Kevin.
isn't the
I
Justin
can't find
Timberlake
any
of,
of
the group.
this
It's
on
gotta-
YouTube.
Yeah, I'm very good at. There's a video somewhere, but it's
We're
you can't.
100% going to edit this into the podcast.
No. Actually, someone posted some of our music online, but I
yes.
don't know how to.
Yes. Okay.
We recorded one like compilation album, sort of like self-produced, and with some other groups on this. Basically, this really kind of.
All that's coming up is now that's what I call music for.
There you go. We've hidden ourselves properly.
Scrub the internet.
Yeah, we I don't know. A lot of us started out as we were rappers, and so, but we were also a dance crew, and so we hung out a lot, and then sometimes we would just sing like it was the 50s and we were standing around a garbage can with a fire in it. And
Did you do doo-wop first or was it acapella?
You said that so
Actually, we
foreign.
did.
Like, did you do doo-wop?
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 Yeah.
Doo-wop was the third member of the group. So
Was it acapella?
it was Doo-wop,
Wait,
Dwayne.
No. Hold on. How are you calling yourself 4 now and there's 6 of you?
I know, that's very confusing. It's numerically confusing.
I'm sorry.
Listen,
I'm sorry. Wait,
you want to know
slow
how?
do a slow talk right now.
I'll tell you, girl. Let me tell you why we call ourselves For Now. I know there's only 6 of us. Or rather, there are 6 of us because, look, I don't know what I'm talking about right now. All I know, baby, is that we got the math wrong.
See, a real man can admit his weakness.
So
that's
I'm just
great.
going to put this
Here's
out
what
there.
happened.
I'm going to put this out there. There's 4 of us right now.
Oh, shit. All right, let's hit that harmony.
We're so bad.
Nailed it. So here's what happened. The first time we were ever performing together, like at a show, we were at the rehearsal. Woman comes up to us with a clipboard, all stern and efficient looking. It's like, what y'all calling yourselves? And we hadn't thought of the name yet. And it was something, we took ourselves way too seriously. And so it was something we just really like sort of mulled over forever. And we never thought of a name. And so I thought I was being clever. And I was like, well, for now, we'll be for now. All right, see you later. And then we went back to it. And the lady was just like, all right, whatever, motherfucker. And so she walked away. And then we forgot about it again. Cut to us. Right on stage as we're about to go out and perform, we're about to be introduced. Everyone's excited. We're lined up, all 6 of us. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome For Now. Hey, what the fucking curtain raises, and we just got to start singing, and that was stuck. Yeah, we sang "Can You Stand the Rain?" Actually.
Wait, how long were you together? What era of?
We were together for 5 years.
Which years? Early 90s?
Yeah, like early mid-90s.
Nice.
Ooh, the
Where are those guys now? Can we do a behind?
Yeah, where's the behind?
Where are they now?
I mean, I'm not in touch with all of them anymore, but
That's sad.
no, we just, whatever.
Oh my
We've
God,
gone
reunion show.
right. One of them, I think, is like a state trooper in Minnesota.
What?
One of them is on, I think he works in aviation or something. I keep seeing pictures of him
This
like all over
is amazing.
all over airports around the country.
He's in aviation and has pictures of himself all over.
He's just it's pictures of him like in front of the plane, like
He's
on
like,
the
LAX,
the
bitch,
airport
checking in again.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then one I don't and I haven't one passed away. That was about like a while ago. I found out right as I was about to go on stage too. I got a phone call.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so that was
Sorry.
Well, it was weird on two counts. It's weird to find something out like that, and this was one of my closest friends in the group. It's weird to find out something like that right before you have to go on stage and entertain people for 30, 45 minutes. But it's just as weird to have to tell someone who's delivering you this news, like, listen, Corey passed away, and so blah blah blah, and have to be like, yeah, okay, I got to go on stage right now, so I'll call you. Like, that was just as strange.
I think before people deliver news like that, they need to ask you, are you sitting down?
Is this a
Do you
good
have
time?
any? Is this a good time?
Yeah.
Or maybe we could, now that we have text, can we just text people like, hey, I need to talk to you about something?
Oh, yeah.
Call me when you're ready.
I thought you were going to just a text like, your friend died.
Where's the casket emoji,
Yeah. Ooh, I like
Or
that.
the ghost emoji.
Are you
I thought when
down and there's a casket? That would be
Sending
great.
someone like that, it's something like that. It's like almost as jarring as getting an unsolicited dick pic. Like you're not.
Oh, well. Wait.
I mean, it is shocking either way. Yeah.
It's
Except one-
suddenly getting a
both
dick
the
pic before you
casket
go on
and the
stage.
dick pic are much smaller than you expect.
Why are those emojis? Someone needs to work on that.
It sounded like before you shared that part of the story with us, it sounded like you guys turned from a 90s R&B group into the Village People. You're like, one of them's in the sky, another's a state
I know,
trooper.
right?
One of them became Native American for
Oh my
no
God.
reason.
If we reunited, that's what we would
Look like, yeah.
we'd be. Yeah. So
That's okay. So that's crazy. So then how did you guys disband? What happened to the
we
group?
just we were all together in like
Was
Atlanta.
it you? Were you too big for the group? Is that what happened?
Your
just
ego
too
got
big.
in the way of the group.
He started winning Emmys and shit.
He was the Beyonce of For Now.
You're the Justin Timberlake. That's you.
Not Bay, but K. Yeah, no, we all just sort of split off and went in different directions, and I started
Who was
doing
the girl?
comedy.
Was it a girl?
Who was the Yoko of your group?
Yeah.
For your group.
Oh, I don't think there was one. If there
Or
no,
the guy?
we
Hey,
didn't-
whoever.
Yeah.
No, we didn't. I don't think
It was just a
career
mutual
stuff.
mutual.
we all
split.
kind of went off in different directions.
Grew out of
and-
it.
Yeah, and so and we weren't that great.
Aw.
So we were all very talented guys, but we didn't have the just the discipline and the focus wasn't there. And here's the thing: to keep it real, it was my dream. Like it was my thing. I just happened to be in it and like, holy shit, we're actually doing this. So I was doing everything I could to sort of keep it all together, but eventually it just kind of it went away.
Man.
It ran its course, but I mean, we did it. It was kind of amazing at the time.
Can you freestyle?
Not anymore.
Oh.
I mean, it was
wanted to
like
put you
a
on the
thing I
spot.
used to be able to do really well. And
You got to keep it up.
Yeah,
It's like
if you
stand-up.
stop doing it, it's and
Yeah.
now the older you get, then you literally get in your head about shit like that. It's not
Yeah.
even like, oh, if I keep doing it, you're just in your head like, oh, I can't. Like improv is that way for me now.
Yeah. If you're not.
I'm afraid to it's like a thing. I want to be able to do it, and back in the day, I wouldn't have thought twice about it. But now I'm like, ooh,
I'm trying to like force that more now, like in comedy and stuff. Like I'm
Yeah.
taking improv to get better at stand up and stuff. But it's like I am so much weirder when I'm away from stand ups. Like at home with my roommates who like I went to undergrad with, and I like do crazy characters. I do like weird shit and I'm like super
Yeah.
silly. And that's like who I am. But then when I'm around like stand ups, I get like too defensive and like in my head and stuff. Because you're always like trying to prove yourself and shit.
Yeah.
And so like I'm trying to like force myself to break through that like being in my head thing.
But and you have to kind of force yourself out of it as a performer because you just don't know what's going to be the thing for you. So
Yeah.
I made this short film called Thugs the Musical. And it was one of the things I'm most proud of that I've ever done. And
Go find it on YouTube.
it is on
Because you
it's
can't
not
find his boy band.
I know, right? It's it's somewhere.
Where can we find it?
That's a very good question. I have to put it out there. It was on like this site called Distrify, and we were selling it for like $1 or $2, and I think it's been taken down recently. I'll have to put it back up there. But it was doing like festivals stuff for a while.
Cool.
But it came out of a bit from my stand-up act, like a big sort of big closer at the time I was doing, and I remember I thought of that bit in the shower, and I thought, this is dumb. I'm not doing it. And then I didn't do it for about a month. And then I was like, maybe I'll just try it.
Yeah.
And it killed the first time I did it, and it was so much fun. And from that
It
came
became
this
your
bit I
closer?
loved. You're gonna close with it, and then it was just sort of this bit I loved to do, and then it became this film, this thing that kind of helped sort of move my career along.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And all because I said, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna
Right.
take a chance and do it. You don't know where any of these things are going to lead. So
That's like the thing. I just like recently this week too. I was just thinking a lot about how like stand up. It's so awesome that it's just like your core. You can say anything. You can do anything as long as it doesn't hurt anybody. Like on stage, and you can just like be like your most yourself, and that's like what we're all striving to. That's so dope. Where else do you get to do that?
yeah.
It's so awesome.
I mean,
How did you fall into it though? Like how did you go from this R&B singing group to comedy?
I always stand up is something that I always loved since I was a kid, and so it was something I always wanted to do it. I just never thought I would. And so I started hanging out at comedy clubs all the time and becoming familiar with the owners of the club and stuff, and the comics
This
who
is back in
performed
San
there.
Francisco.
Yeah, and even like before I even started going to San Francisco regularly, there were clubs in there was a club in Sunnyvale called Rooster Teeth Feathers that it's still there. Actually.
Yeah, it is still.
Yeah, that was where I started. That was where I did my first set. And then there was the Last Laugh in San Jose. I think it's gone now, but just hanging around and being around comedy. Eventually, it was the owner of Roosters at the time. She's the one her and another headliner sort of pushed me to do it from my
Nice.
first time. And once I did it, I remember I had 2 weeks from the time and I just wrote every night.
That's awesome.
So what's the timeline? How many years after the group disbanded did you start doing stand up?
Probably 2, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think 2.
That's dope.
I was still holding on to demo tapes. Yeah, about 2 years.
Aw.
Yeah.
Did you ever apply music into your stand up? Did you ever do musical comedy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the Thugs the Musical thing was musical. And then I think
But on stage, do you get up and like vocalize and
a little bit. You know what's
Really?
funny? I never talked about the singing group thing.
You did have a
on
little
stage
bit of
until
choreography.
recently. I did
in your last set, I saw.
Yeah. I actually used to do more of that, I feel like.
Do you incorporate any fans in billowy outfits into your stand? Any of those
should.
long,
I
big shirts
really
just
should.
blowing in the wind?
Oh man, I should do my entire set in slow mo with just like a white silky
That's
shirt
what I'm saying.
blowing in the wind. We wore those.
I
We wore those
We will
white
not promote this
silky
podcast
ass
until
shirts.
you send us that picture.
Can you just send us a throwback? Do you have any like
I
group
can show
photos?
you one.
Oh.
I'm just
You gotta
gonna,
put this
and I'll
up.
send it to you, and you guys can. I have to find it first,
Okay.
because I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe we'll post it on our
Can we?
socials.
Yeah, 100%, 1,000%.
Okay.
Completely. I'm gonna find that. I'm gonna find
Oh,
Thugs
here,
the
it
musical.
popped right up.
It's just like at the top of me.
I was trying to
I don't even
you know, I
think
mean, if
about
I
it
can find it, I can just, bloop,
It's
here
like
you
a
go.
past life. It's your background.
Thanks
You
a
brought
lot,
this up.
Siri. You
It's in your
sumbitch.
favorites. It's
This
in your
is it.
favorites.
Okay.
Wait,
Look at that.
yeah.
Alias.
Wait,
Yeah,
I?
so we had 3 different names. We started out as For Now, then we changed it to Forces of Nature.
Oh my goodness, you were the one with the fucking
All right,
beard
all right,
line.
9 o'clock.
He's the bad boy.
Kevin,
Oh,
were
I
you the
forgot
bad
there's a
boy?
camera there.
I want
boy.
to see it.
Were you the AJ?
He was the AJ
I
McClain
don't
of the
You're the
group.
know.
AJ McLean?
There was no look, you guys.
I like how the majority of this podcast is going to be about an R&B.
Yeah. Is that you?
Yeah.
You're so pretty.
Oh, thanks. My ex told me that I looked ugly in that picture.
What?
That was
That's
the
why
word
she's
she
your
used.
ex.
Who the hell is your ex dating where she thinks you look
I don't
ugly?
know. She was like, "Ew, that's a terrible picture of you." So I
Is
don't
she
know.
like Jesse
Listen,
Williams' side
you're
chick
a
or
queen.
something? Like,
Don't let her
what's
tell you
She-
otherwise.
Thank you, Queen K.
Queen K.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Can we? We should probably move on from. I could talk about
Okay.
this all day.
Okay.
Emmy.
All right.
Emmy. You got an
Okay,
Emmy.
so fast forward.
Oh.
You find your closer, you turn it into a musical, and then
Yeah.
at what point do you start working with Kamau and then John Oliver and
Well, so Kamau and I started in San Francisco together. I started there a little bit before him. He came from Chicago, where he'd kind of been doing stand up already. And we were 2 black guys. You know when like magnets get together and they push each other away?
Yeah.
Like we were that thing. Like who's this black guy? Who's that black guy?
San Francisco. I forgot.
Yeah,
that works
exactly.
with brown women as well. Or just
Yeah.
women in general.
Well, we're
feel that
so
with you guys.
used to being sometimes we get very used to. Sorry, I feel like I'm constantly closing. I don't
you're
mean
fine,
to do that.
You're fine. It's fine.
Sometimes I feel like we're used to defining ourselves by being the only one of us.
Yeah.
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 That's
And
why
you
we're
follow
here.
that.
That's why we
Yeah.
started this
Yeah.
shit.
So
Hollywood wants you to do that.
Yeah. So
Just people in general, they immediately pit you against each other.
yeah.
So there is some competition there.
So I mean, not even competition, just like it was as if
An
there couldn't be
awareness.
2 black guys of this, and really there was another one. There was another dude there, and I don't know why we didn't. Whatever, we were
You're
being
like,
silly.
he's not competition.
Yeah, but it didn't. I mean, it didn't take long for us to become friends, and we started writing together and doing scripts and stuff like that. And so he sold a show, and yeah, I just went to write it with him, and it was kind of a long, slow process of, all right, we're gonna try to put this thing together, and Chris Rock is interested in this, and then he might, and then he was interested in, like, he had to shoot another pilot, and then we gave that to FX, and then the next thing you know, okay, we sold a show, and it was like, holy shit,
so
we're doing
dope.
this. So I had 2 weeks to move to New York. I remember being at the LA premiere of Thugs the Musical, but writing my packet. Like I was at this weekend film festival, the LA Comedy Shorts Festival. It's gone now, but I remember being at that festival, going to the screenings and shit, and then coming out of the theater and being on my computer, like trying to write my packet for the show, because it wasn't, as far as I was concerned, it wasn't a foregone conclusion that I was going to just get the job.
Yeah.
But the film helped get me the job, and yeah, so I went to New York and wrote that with him.
That's dope.
And a bunch of other writers that we all know and love. Guy Branum, Aparna and Cherla, and
Oh, nice.
Harit Kondabolu, and Janine Burrito, just a ton of Danny
All
Vermont.
comedy killers.
Yeah. So Kevin Kataoka, just a
Mm-hmm.
great group of people, and on and on and on and on. So yeah.
And then from there, did you transition to
From
last week tonight?
From there, Totally Biased, we got canceled like during or right at the end of our second season. And I thought I was coming back to LA, and then I happened to get a job at Best Week Ever, and I was there for a little while. And that was a nice break from the newsy shit that we were
That's
doing.
on
Yeah.
VH1?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then while I was there, I got a call from the Oliver people, and they were the Totally Biased had left me so burnt out that I couldn't pull it together to submit And I remember the Daily Show and Last Week Tonight were looking for writers. And my agents were like, "You're going to submit, right?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, definitely." And I never did it.
Yeah.
And then they called us at some point in like, I don't know, February or something like that before they started. And they were like, "Are you still want to write?"
Ooh, they wanted you.
Was
It was
February?
nice.
February when? 2016, 2015?
2014, I
Okay.
think.
Man, it's been a
Is
minute.
that right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's
so,
dope.
I looked up and I was, writing on that show for a while. And it was super exciting and grueling, but
More grueling?
fun and kind of an amazing experience. And
Was it more grueling than your time on the other show? With Mel?
No. Totally Biased was a special I mean, Totally Biased, it was not everybody's, but it was my first time as a writer and then as a head writer. And then it was Kamau's first time having a show. And so...
like a startup. It's like it
Yeah.
requires more work. It's a
Yeah.
smaller company.
there were a
And you're
lot
all
of
learning.
first-time writers
Yeah,
on the
You're
show.
all learning as you go along.
Someone's
Yeah.
got to take out the trash.
And then
You're an engineer.
what happened is we were weekly, and then they switched us to nightly.
Oh God.
And they changed the FX had a new network, and they switched us all at the same time.
I mean, that's a
So
huge
it was
shift.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Weekly
Yeah.
to daily?
Mhm.
Like, I didn't sign up for
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, so it was ironically my first show as head writer. Our guest was John Oliver,
Oh, cool.
and so it was. And I didn't meet him then, but yeah.
What was your favorite story on Last Week Tonight that you worked on? Or your favorite? Episode.
One of I have two favorites. One was I don't know if these are my favorites, but these are definitely the memorable ones for me. One was this we did a piece on Wells Fargo
Oh yeah.
and how they were defrauding people or frauding or whatever the word is.
Mhm.
And I have to turn this over. I just realized I'm looking back at myself. But they were doing all this fraud shit, and we did a story on them. And then the week it was over, or we did it Sunday. We came back, and on Wednesday I emailed everybody. I was like, "Oh, look at this video I found." I used to do industrial videos in the Bay Area back in the day, and one.
In between R&B and comedy.
Yes, squeeze that in. And, I put on a suit and do I called it my LeVar Burton, and just sort of talk to the camera. And, quality control is important. And when you're working with a customer, that type of shit. And so I really didn't, as an actor, that's not what you want. That's not what you want to be doing, but you take the gig. And so I found the video and I sent it to them just as a joke. And they were all, I remember hearing just this rolling down the hall from office to office. "Hey, what the fuck? Why would you just send this to?" Like, people were furious. And so John and Tim called me in their office and they were like, we want to do an update, but we want to use this video and recreate it with you in it.
Oh, that's so cool.
So because Wells did something else, like the following week they screwed up. And so, we did a piece on it. And then they were like, it's kind of crazy because they used to do videos like this. And then they showed the old footage of me in this mustard colored suit. It's horrible. It doesn't fit me very well. And then they're like, "Yeah, guess what? That guy happens to be a writer on our show." And so,
that's funny.
So that was super fun. And then we did a piece on how candidates use songs without asking permission for their campaigns.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, and
Who was it? The guy who brought that lady who wouldn't give the gay people their marriage license or whatever. He brought her out. Kim, what's her face?
What?
Oh, sorry. Anyways, keep going. I'll find it. But
I don't-
I remember part of that.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yes, that was
that was part of it, right?
Yeah, I forgot what the song was he used, but I think it was a song by Queen.
Queen,
But
yeah.
so we decided to come up with a song that, basically an anthem for that called "Don't Use Our Song."
Mike Huckabee, right? What's
Yep.
it? Yeah.
That's him. And it was a very collaborative thing, but I got to write and help produce that song.
And that was all the
And
celebrities.
Usher was on it,
Yeah,
that's
and
awesome.
Michael Bolton, and
Michael Bolton.
John Cougar, all these
That was
people, and it
epic.
was like, this is nuts that I that I got to write this for these people. You know, that was kind of crazy.
You're like the ghostwriter for Usher.
It was weird.
Your R&B dreams came true.
Yeah. Cyndi Lauper is singing. It was it was crazy.
Oh,
It was
I definitely
crazy.
remember
So,
this now.
Yeah.
for
Super.
sure.
It was one of the things I was most.
I remember really loving the fact that all these like artists were like, "Fuck you" to these politicians. I was just like, "That's so great."
I don't know.
They just utilize like gay Queen. Mike Huckabee used a Queen song where the lead singer is clearly gay to promote a woman who's anti-LGBTQ. Like, what?
Was it "We Are the Did he sing "We Are the Champions" when they
No,
I know Huckabee didn't sing it, but
No, they played it when they like brought her out. I don't know if it was "We Are the Champ." Was it "We Are the Champions"?
I think it might have been. I can't remember. Yeah, but
Wasn't it Eye of the Tiger? It was Eye of the Tiger.
oh, that's right. It wasn't Queen.
Yeah.
It was.
But somebody else played the Queen song. I remember that.
Yeah. Who was Eye of the Tiger? I can't remember. Anyway,
I'm like Googling everything. Survivor.
Yeah.
That's right.
So you also write on Jim Jeffries with a good friend of ours and a good friend of the show.
Super Agrawal.
We were
who is? Sorry, what? No, you have to tell me who that is. I don't know her.
You guys are always.
We share an office.
Remember, I was asking you to be on the podcast. I was texting you, and then I had a conversation with Suba through you.
Did he think you were Suba?
What? You had a conversation to me
Because you were sitting right next to her.
You were sitting right next to Suba.
So you were talking to her.
I was
about
saying, I was asking if she was going to be here.
So we're the three producers of Facial Rec, and then we book all these other comics. And Suba's been like, she's one of the original 6 for our first show, and she's been on a bunch of shows, and we like regularly book her.
Okay.
She's a killer.
She's great.
So funny.
She's wonderful.
She works super hard.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Yeah, she's always doing 9 things at once.
Yeah.
It's kind of amazing.
It's how we were raised.
So you share.
I feel like we're all doing 9 things at once.
So you share an office with Suba, writing for Jim Jeffries.
Yeah.
How's that?
It's fun. I mean, it's weird because when I came back to LA, I didn't think I was going to do late night again. And here I am. But I like it. I like doing smaller pieces. The thing about Oliver was that the pieces kept getting longer and longer and longer.
Yeah.
And so I kind of missed the fun of just kind of hitting something really quickly and doing it and moving on. And the newness of a new host who's like, I've never done this before. Let's see how this is going to shake out. And so I've been fortunate enough to work with very good voices and comedians who really bring something and aren't just up there doing it and reading off of a teleprompter. And so like Jim has a great comedic instinct and he's very funny, and I think he's also he works very hard to sort of find the right side of things and sort of, I don't know, kind of stand up for I guess what's right and not the bullshit.
So I have a question. You've been in several writers' rooms, sometimes as the head writer. Is it a very different experience? I would assume that the experience would be basically just who you're working with. So it could be just drastically different. Like it could be very enjoyable or very difficult.
Just being the head writer versus just being a staff writer, or
just between different writing rooms.
Oh yeah, they're all different, and every room has its flavor, and then there are things and personalities that are very consistent in writers' rooms, and you could look at and you go, oh, there's that person,
blue hat, red hat,
that type of
archetypes.
But every room sort of has their own way of working, and also depending on the show. Like I was writing on something, the show called The New Negroes on Comedy Central.
Yay! We have a lot of friends in that too.
Oh, cool!
And you're doing a set for them as well.
Yeah. So while we were off for Jim Jeffries, I took the head writing job on that show on New Negroes, and that was different because it was just me and, the hosts are Baron Vaughn and Open Mike Eagle.
Yeah.
So it's me and, just a couple other writers and then the host, and we're just writing it in the room, which is not usually someone will say, all right, you're doing the thing on Syria. You're doing the thing on, whatever, and go and write off, And this was us all sitting at a screen, and which can be exhausting. I mean, there are pros and cons. Writing in the room, you can get everyone's throwing jokes in, but it's a long process. Whereas if you can go away and write shit and kind of bang it out on your own, and but you don't have everybody chiming in and helping out.
Which one works better for you? Just
I like to write alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
Is that true for songwriting as well?
Yes, actually. I write better songs under pressure, weirdly. Because I had
Back
to write
to Queen
the soundtrack. Yep. Doom, 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 doom. But yeah, I remember having to write.
Oh my God.
Just kidding.
I was like, what just happened?
Well, yeah, I remember when
was
we
a
were doing the
joke.
soundtrack to Thugs, I would be headed to the recording sessions, but the lyrics wouldn't all be written. And I would be in the car trying to write them. And just because I had,
Are you like that with jokes too, or just in general, like all
with
writing?
jokes, I got to step back, take a knee, pace, walk around the table. Like
You got to
I'm
protest
very
to write jokes?
Yeah, I really do. I'm making signs. I'm screaming.
I write all my jokes based off of March signs now.
This is a good way to do it.
There's a lot of
I just
material
put
out
it
there.
together. I just put it all together.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, lately I've become, because there was a time when I was doing less stand-up, I would have to just go out on stage and force myself to just talk about shit because I didn't get to spend as much time as I wanted writing for myself. So I kind of have to go out and go, all right, well, what's, this happened to me today, and just talk about it.
So this is for everyone. Question for everyone. How much writing do you guys do on stage?
I think it's a mix. I think so. It used to be a thing where I would like be at open mics and stuff or shows, and I'd be like writing based off of like just subject matter that the comedian was talking about, and that helped me a lot because then I could think about different things.
Yeah.
And then I like write in transit a lot, but I do know that a lot of my like random tags and stuff I get on stage. And so I think it was like 50-50 or like 60-40 writing and then being on stage. But I think now, because I don't have as much time to like go to open mics, and it's part of why I'm like having this weird transition where I feel kind of shitty, like not hitting as many open mics or like smaller shows or whatever, because I'm doing like bigger shows and I feel like I have to perform at those bigger shows and do my like good material.
Yeah.
I'm feeling kind of weird about it, but I'm trying now to be like writing more, and then because it's more efficient.
Yeah.
But I do still feel like I like have to have some wild time on stage.
Yeah.
You see me like I walk into the crowd and shit and talk to people and I like do crazy. I try to. That's like what I was talking about, like trying to be like more like free and whatever. And that's just, you can only get that in stage time.
Yeah.
I just need so much stage time. I just want it all.
Good luck.
Singular focus.
It doesn't exist in LA.
That's why I leave. I leave LA at least once or twice a month.
Yeah.
You can find it, I guess.
Yeah, if you have TV credits, Kevin.
I mean, there is stage time if you
Yeah,
comb
if you got
through. There really
Emmys
is.
like that, Kevin, you can.
It's
if
not
you
like New
got-
York.
What have I
Yeah,
stepped
but-
in?
Do you do you write more on stage than off stage? What's your thing?
In the last few years, yes, because I've had to.
Yeah.
I don't love it. It's made me a lazier, just me, kind of, because I'll get something to a place where, oh, this is sort of working, but I haven't honed it.
Perfected.
Yeah. But what I
like-
also do is take it back to the lab and work on it a little bit. And,
It's like doing a book report, like right as you're
exactly
supposed to give it, figuring it out.
I did that many times. It's
Yeah.
cool.
So, I guess just moving on, who is your favorite South Asian celebrity or celebrity of South Asian descent? Desi, if you will. That's what we call ourselves.
I mean, you were riding with Hari and Aparna, so better.
He's going deep into the vault right now.
No, there was a cat an actor that I really liked.
What was he in?
No, I'll tell you who. Well, I don't know this guy's ethnicity. I'm making an assumption. But who I can't remember his name now. I'm blanking on his name. Who is my man on Lost?
Oh,
He's
yeah.
British.
He's Thummel, I think. He's like my type of.
Oh, I know who you're
Indian.
talking about.
I just haven't thought about him in a long time, so I forgot
He
his
is
name.
fine.
But that dude
Yeah, it's a
is
good-looking dude. Talented
Naveen
too.
Andrews.
Yes. Oh my God, I love that dude. He's
I
great.
think is he
So where did you work with him?
I've never worked with him. I just was a fan
He's
of
just
him.
your favorite.
Oh no, he's
When he was
Malayali.
on Lost, I was like, oh, I like this
Kerala.
dude.
If you could write a role for him, what would it be?
Oh yeah.
It would be like maybe a. Just because we're talking about bank robberies. No, you know what? I'll tell you what it would be. It would be a guy who single-handedly brings down, just because an employee of a company of a weird corporation, sort of at the middle management level.
Whistleblower.
He doesn't even blow the whistle. He just sort of single-handedly kind of fucks up the company. I guess because I was like this. I have experience with this. Like, I didn't bring down a company, but I was a terrible employee. And I realized I was such a bad, I'm talking about I used to have work in tech. And so, but I was a technical writer and I didn't know anything about it.
You have to if you're in San Francisco.
Yeah, pretty much. And so, but I didn't know anything about it. I just got these jobs and I kept getting them and kept getting them. And I just would do as little work as possible. Sometimes completely leave the building and disappear for hours at a time. And
you wanted to take down those companies that were so oppressive.
Some companies, they thought I was great and they just kept me around for whatever reason. But some companies, so funny. 2 or 3 months in, they realized, oh, this dude's, he could
not doing anything.
He's a mess and he might destroy us all. With his own.
So funny.
So I like the idea of that guy coming in and everyone thinks he's great, and then he kind of
inadvertently destroys the company.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
You heard that, Naveen?
Yeah, Naveen, we're pitching this.
Yeah.
And we're all going to write it together, clearly. Mm-hmm. We're going to be on that Emmy train.
All right. There you go. Make it happen.
His name was Saeed. He was Saeed on Lost.
Yeah.
Cool guy.
But he's done plenty of things since then, and I've seen him.
For sure.
I always enjoy his work.
That guy's working.
Yeah.
Zahra needs. We were talking about Emmy parties and stuff.
I like to party.
Zahra loves to
apparently.
party. That's one thing you need to know about Zahra. She loves to party.
I don't.
All right.
I don't know. I don't get invited.
She wants to get invited to parties, and she needs a sugar daddy.
Yes. So how does one get invited to Emmy parties without actually winning an Emmy?
Yeah, how can we crash? Can we crash an Emmy party?
I don't know if I'll ever go back. Who knows?
But no, it's not like if you've won one, you're in them for life. You have to keep earning Emmys in order to be invited, or you need 10 million Instagram followers. How does this happen?
I don't.
Zahra just wants to get invited to all the parties without doing any of the work.
Hey, I'm out here working.
Yeah. Which Emmy parties did you hit up?
I know.
Well, we're. Jesus.
We can be a little overwhelming.
We were on HBO, so I went to all the HBO stuff.
Okay.
And then there's a ball
Who bit
afterwards.
Beyonce? That's what I want.
I purposely completely ignored that story. So for a week, I didn't know what anyone was talking about when that was. I heard those words, but I was like, I don't know what. So did we found out who bit her, right?
No.
It was.
What was the
we?
context?
No, I thought
it?
Sanaa Lathan. I thought someone.
Oh yeah, I
thought
heard that.
somebody said Sanaa Lathan. Look, I'm talking. Now I'm
Now it's
gossiping
rumors.
about.
You heard
I don't
it here
know.
from Kevin Avery.
Nobody-
No, I don't. I'm
nobody
sorry.
knows.
Whatever.
No.
So you were
Beyonce.
at the party where this incident happened.
Was not there.
Oh, okay.
I was
not
just
there.
bringing it up for no reason
I
because
saw
it's funny and topical.
headline and I did not click it, and then people kept talking about it, and I.
So you don't like to party that much?
I do like to party.
Oh shit, he
I
did.
like to go. I
See?
like to go to
You
a
guys gotta
party.
party.
Kevin likes to party.
I like to go to a party.
party.
But I think we need to quickly pull back on party as a verb. I like to go to parties.
Okay, the writer just told us not to use it as a verb.
I don't want to put.
I like
any,
to attend parties.
Yeah, they're
There
fun.
it
Bitch, you like to party? Come on.
I
like to
attend
wild out a
parties.
little
Like
bit.
the verb, the noun.
Yeah,
I like to wild out.
she a party.
Yeah,
She
it's
is.
fun.
Yeah.
You still haven't told us how we get invited.
Listen, people snuck into the Obama White House. We can do this. It can't be
That's
that
true.
hard.
I'm suspicious, okay? I can't even
Yeah, that's
sneak
true.
into a plane, okay? I
can't
can't.
Why are
I'm a
you sneaking
suspicious
into-
person.
Do you get frisked?
That's the lead.
I get frisked every time. I get
Where?
frisked every time.
Like
everywhere.
hardcore frisking?
It's the
Yeah,
only time
they
I get any action.
Well, if you try
Yeah.
to sneak into the plane,
Well,
Yeah.
no, I
that's gonna be a
can't. I
problem.
can't sneak in anywhere. Is
Do you
my
go
thing.
through security?
I do go through security.
Okay,
Now, do you try to go
Like
through
in a
security?
bag?
Do you try to go through security dressed as a security guard, with a fake mustache and a weird hat that's
Ralph
probably
from
outdated?
Get Out.
and-
Hella suspect.
yeah.
Okay,
No,
so
I'm just suspicious. They
point
don't.
is, we're not getting into these Emmy parties until we are on our way
I'm
in.
still like waiting
Look,
for.
I
Can
don't
you at
know
least-
that I'll ever.
We're just putting it out there. Zahra would like to have a sugar daddy house husband or be a housewife.
Have you heard of something called sugarmodels.com?
Yeah, but isn't that for
Yes.
gay? Like that's like a gay thing or no?
No,
I don't think so.
Oh, it's just anyone.
That's how
Yeah.
you get your
What?
sugar
Oh,
daddies.
sugarmodels.com.
So
what?
you can, I think it's called. I
Okay.
downloaded it. I was
It's
very
that
curious. There's a big billboard.
There's a
on
giant
the thing.
billboard, and
I
it's
was
just like it just says sugar model.
yeah,
and that's it.
I was like, I
Okay.
need to see what the hell this is.
These
And
billboards in
so-
Hollywood are wild.
Yeah. But I started to do the thing and fill out a thing.
You
and I
filled
was
out a
like-
form.
I got
Are
to a
you-
point where
are
I was
you
like,
Are
also
you trying to
looking
make
for
it
a
rain?
sugar?
I'm trying to find a sugar mama.
So
Oh,
some
okay.
dude, I was just on a dating app, and some dude messaged me, and it started out normal, and then he was like, "I'm looking for my top 3 sugar babies," and he
Wow.
was like, "Send me your Venmo," and I was like, "I'll take your money," and I've never done this before, but I like sent him my Venmo, and he was like, "Go check your Venmo, baby. I'm holding you down," or what. I checked. He gave me $1. Are you kidding me? Like, how insulting
Okay.
is that?
That's pretty funny.
Is that
funny. That's
and he
funny,
though.
literally like he was like, "I got you." Like he thought it was real, and then he tried to hit me up later, and I was like, "This is you can't even afford 2 items on a McDonald's menu."
There's
I
more
know,
where this comes
But he
from.
probably thought he was being funny, and
Yeah.
that was his way of,
He
Yeah.
invested $1.
It's hard
That's
on
how
he
you
did
Don
do it.
invest. I did get
Maybe
$1.
that was the
I'd never take
deposit.
money from
Yeah.
men.
The pre-action deposit.
Maybe
it's
he
a
would-
$1 deposit.
Maybe after the first date, he would have put $2 in.
Oh shit! I only need to get on 10,000 dates to be.
Right.
So
Money
is-
bags.
So Kevin, is that your game? What is your game? Before we,
Wait,
is your game? Do you
Are you-
Venmo women $1?
yeah,
I was that guy.
really?
Venmoed you the $1. It
know-
was me. Surprise. No, I don't know. I don't have any.
Because clearly you're not telling people how to get into parties. So
I don't
that's not
know.
your game
I
either.
don't know. But
So you're single now.
I'm single now. I like meeting people organically. I stopped doing the dating app thing a couple years ago. That felt like a job.
It's trash. I literally have the dating apps in the game section of my phone because I literally put it in there.
I mean,
right
look-
next to 2dot and Tapfish.
I'm always curious. So every time I do this, I'm like, well, who am I going to meet on this? Like,
Trash.
I would like to do it. I don't think it's trash. I mean, we were on them.
I know.
Like, and everyone's saying that, oh, the people on here are garbage. Well, we're all on them. So
Is that what I
we're all-
sound like to you, Kevin? Because I said trash, not garbage.
That's how I hear you.
I've never been on it. I was on OkCupid for 2 days, like 6
Overwhelming.
years ago. Yeah, too much.
Because they message you.
I've never had a Tinder.
and we get fetishized and shit. So it's weird.
Yeah.
I had so many couples.
Yo, me too.
Oh, word.
and they were like, "You look dominant," and I was like, "Isn't my?" They like thought it was my like height or whatever.
What?
It's like because I had a personality.
Why do I not get fetishized like that?
One guy
That's
hit
sad.
me up. You couldn't see him from the neck up. It was just all body and
That's what. There's a lot
Oh,
of
that's
that.
normal.
So
Yeah.
you're not supposed to do that? That's not.
Yo,
that's not cool?
one
That's
guy,
not-
one guy, his Tinder, all of his pictures on Tinder were him with his dick out, like just full on. And he was like, I had to read up because I needed to know more.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, don't be lame. He like had all of his normal things, and he was like, don't be lame and report me. It's like, you just violated my eyes.
that was his bio.
Just
like,
be
don't
cool,
be,
all right?
just be cool, just be chill. Here's my dick, just be chill, just chill out. You know,
My dick's out, but you don't have to be an asshole.
it's hard. There are multiple angles, lots of zoom ins.
Oh my god.
But like, be chill about it.
Yeah, it's.
So did you swipe right on Kevin's profile or?
yeah. What happened?
It was just
I
an
never
Emmy where
got-
the dick should be. I was like, parties for me and Zahra and Fizaa.
I don't like to party like Zahra does. I can't keep up.
I'm too tired to party, but I would.
But you
like
do
to
it
get
anyway.
invited.
You'd like to.
She
I would
does
like
it
to get
anyway.
invited.
You'll force the party in. What are you doing tonight? What is your party agenda
yo.
tonight? Do you
I'm,
have
we got party
plans?
I'm hosting a show tonight, but other than that, I'm free.
All right. Well,
I'm spring cleaning tomorrow.
I don't know any
but I
parties
can be
going on.
hungover.
She's open.
You had nothing to
Oh my
offer.
God,
You know what?
Kevin.
No, I didn't.
What is your
Oh my
plan?
goodness.
Oh, I don't have any parties. Meanwhile, tomorrow we find him on TMZ.
I know.
Kevin Avery found without Zahra
Kevin's
Ali.
still not going to tell me about these parties.
Set up that Google
what
alert.
parties do? What would you? I don't know what to tell you about the parties.
This feels like an interrogation at this point, and I feel like we got to back off a little
This
bit.
is like torture.
Yeah.
This is bad.
You
I
don't know
don't
about
think-
the parties,
I don't have
the
an
sugar
answer.
daddies, the rich husbands.
Yeah.
Okay, wait.
Anyone in open relationships looking for a side chick in Hollywood?
Do I?
That's
Zahra's willing to settle.
That's literally everyone in Hollywood. Like you could trip and fall into an open relationship. Actually, that's not true because nobody wants to be in a relationship.
Just open.
It's just open. It's not a relationship because they can't say that without having a panic attack.
Well, then why isn't that? Why aren't I tripping and falling into one of these odd three?
You're in one right now. It's a quadruple relationship.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, okay.
We're in a four-relationship.
My bad.
You never bring us flowers.
Zahra will be your first wife.
Great.
I'm okay.
I'm the
okay
third
with being the
wife,
first wife.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got that ironed out.
I am from Utah, so this is natural.
Perfect. Where in Utah?
I grew up in, my family lives in West Jordan, but I went to high school in Salt Lake City.
I'm hung out in Logan a couple times.
That's okay.
Why?
I'm sorry.
I had some friends there, and
Why
I
is your face making that face?
Groupies. He has groupies. He's got groupies in Utah.
Oh, Kevin likes to party.
Poly party.
Who's your favorite groupie? You can name her. It's fine.
Yo,
Just first name.
Wait.
First name.
Wait. Wildest story.
You have one. I know you have one.
Yeah.
Or seven.
Groupie?
Wildest groupie
don't
story.
feel like comedians get groupies.
Okay, no.
Famous people get groupies.
No, I've definitely had to befriend groupies when I've opened or featured, and you just have to be nice to the groupies.
There are comedy fans out there. I mean, by definition, that would make me a groupie. I was a guy that just hung out in the comedy club, hoping to,
Yeah, you're
hoping
a groupie.
to sleep.
Kevin,
Were you hoping to sleep with someone? Groupies want to sleep with someone.
I was, I was trying to sleep with all the comedians. I saw it. No, I mean, I would just hang out because I'm a fan of. But
I feel like you're avoiding the wildest groupie question.
Oh, what the wildest group? Oh, I don't think I have a.
I'm getting so excited. I have to pee really bad.
So questions not to ask.
Do I have time
Kevin.
or no?
How to get into Emmy parties, groupies.
Well, okay, we'll wait till she's gone and then I'll tell you the wildest.
Okay, if you whisper it, she can't hear it on the podcast network later.
Wildest groupie stories.
Okay, ready.
Is she gone?
Yeah. Just don't make eye contact.
Okay.
It's like dinosaurs. This shit's Jurassic Park.
So here's the thing. Oop, lost my train of thought. No, I don't know. I don't really have a. I mean, well, I don't have any crazy wild. I feel like there is something that I'm
suppressing.
Forgetting.
Any crazy?
There was a woman who made out with me on the dance floor at a one-nighter gig. I don't know that this isn't a crazy story. This is not a great story. I love that we could hear the toilet drop.
We run a professional.
This is very
podcast. On this podcast, you have to, dubstep, wait for the beat to drop. On this podcast, wait for the toilet to drop.
All right.
Yep.
I like it.
Okay, so she made out with you on the dance floor.
It was.
So after the show, you went to a bar. There was a dance floor.
Well, no, it was one of those things where the club. I think this was in Eugene, Oregon, and where the venue itself turns into a club afterwards. And we're on the dance floor, and she starts kissing me. Now, here's the thing: I'm all for it, except in the place in the venue, I don't like doing that.
It's your work. It's your place of work.
Yeah, and people are watching you.
Maybe she was a lifelong fan. Maybe she's been following your career since 4 Now.
That is great.
Yo.
She's like, could you sign my this 8x12?
She pulls out that picture.
Yeah. So I kind of backed off a little bit, but I was like, we could take this elsewhere, and so whatever. Nothing ended up happening. But, we made out a little bit more. But then about a year later, I was back in San Francisco, maybe less than that. In San Francisco, and I was at this club, and a nightclub. And there was this one group there, and it was this woman's birthday, some woman's birthday. She's drunk as shit. I meet her husband first. He's like, yeah, my wife is about to. Oh, okay, cool. And then
is this in LA? Where is
this?
San
was in San Francisco.
Sorry.
And for somehow he's like, you gotta say happy birthday to my wife. Come say hi to the birthday girl. Da 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 da. And I look at her and I realize it's that girl.
Damn. Was she engaged before? Ooh.
I don't know
within a
what
year?
happened, but I was like, wait, that can't be the girl. And I leaned into her, and now she was drunk. But I go, were you in a comedy club in Eugene, Oregon, and blah, 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 blah. And she just looked at me and she just smiled.
No.
And I backed away. Now, the thing about the husband is that he was acting weird. I don't know what she told. I don't know. It was just a bizarre thing.
Creepy.
But that was definitely her.
I'm back.
Hey, we've been talking about our grocery shopping and Trader Joe's.
He's been picking up a lot of plums and peaches.
Yeah.
So they're in season.
And making out with married women.
Oh, yeah. Classic Kevin.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, but we gotta wrap up.
Yeah, we gotta wrap.
We want to ask.
I was peeing the entire time.
We want to ask. Do you? So we kind of are doing this podcast to like educate people on South Asians and like about our facial recognition show and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any questions, like really like dumb questions that you feel normally embarrassed asking about like South Asian or the Desi culture?
Would you like to ask them on a public platform? The ones you're embarrassed about?
Yeah. It's just like, like this is a brown girl check. You can
It's a
like
safe space.
Yeah.
Safe space.
We won't get mad at you.
And then we all get mad at him. We're like, how dare you?
How dare you?
I think for a lot of people, there's the question of,
Kevin speaking for the people.
I'm speaking for the, well, no, I'll put this on me. But I remember during Totally Biased, we did a bit with, we were saying goodbye after our first season, and we were joking like, we have our gay guy here, and we have our lesbian, and we have da-da-da, and we have our two, and when he points to Aparna and Hari, and our two Indians, and the joke was they both went, South Asian Americans, and but I didn't grow up hearing that.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot of people who go, oh yeah, South Asian, but like that wasn't a thing. So it's, to me, that's my African American. Is that what that is?
Yeah, kind of. I grew up like saying I was like Indian and stuff, and then everybody just kept calling me brown, and then I kind of like gave into it and like owned it later.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we're brown, whatever. But that people don't usually say South Asian. We like to use it to clarify for like our show and stuff, but it's like the proper like term for it.
Yes.
But we like at home, like I would normally say like Desi, but then I have to like tell people what that means, which is the South Asian, right?
Okay.
So it's like brown people from Asia, including like Pakistan, Afghanistan, India, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, like all of those countries. So that's like naturally, I would be like Desi, like whatever. But for people outside of the culture, you like, I feel like I have to specify like in a proper South Asian.
Honestly, I was just gonna say I was just happy when people didn't call me a terrorist. Like in the early 2000s.
Dude, people
like,
put turbans. People put fake turbans on while 9/11 was happening. Like literally, we were in school and they put turbans on and they were like pretending to be terrorists at me while like right after the tower fell. Like it was because they had the idea that it might or whatever.
Suspicion it was.
So or like people do this a lot where they're like subcontinental, like they like. There's that joke of like we're not like Asian enough, like we don't count as Asian. They're like, you're not Asian.
We're
though.
the subcontinent. Yeah.
That's so weird.
So like so that's why East Asian and South Asian, because people try to like rip us apart. They're like, you're subcontinental though. Well, like, you're not really.
If you look at the sign-in sheets at auditions, there's not an option for South Asian.
It's just Asian,
and we can't really like. If I were to say, "Oh, I'm Asian," that would confuse the hell out of everyone.
I mean, that's what you have to put though. Like,
for a long time in Hollywood, it was East Indian.
Yeah,
that's yes.
Which is like also fucked up because like that's not a thing. Like it's not that's not the proper terminology for people here.
Yeah, exactly.
That's no
It is
Indian.
a very
like people say
West
Indian all the time in like jokes and shit, and and then I'm like, oh, like my people, like that's my natural thing, and then they're like they talk about like indigenous people, and I'm just like, you tricked me again, like you tricked me.
I mean, not to bring it back to this, but East Indian sounds like something that someone came up in the same way I came up with the name For Now. Just kind of like, like maybe like Indian, but East Indian.
Yeah. Or like they're trying to like exotify us.
But like the West Indian is like a specific area, you know?
West Indian.
So it's like, it's the opposite of West Indian. What?
It's like they took our identity from us or whatever and mixed, diluted or whatever, mixed up.
I mean, it's not defined as a certain way, which is why people are always confused.
Yeah.
You know, like people come up to me randomly. They're like, are you Persian? I'm like, no. They're like, oh, are you Indian? I'm like, no. They're like, what? Don't lie. You're lying. I'm like, there's other countries like outside of Iran and India. Like there's like an entire
and also like Indians look like totally different like throughout the range. Like we're like that, all of those people look totally like my dad's side is like super dark. My mom's side is super light. Like there are people on her side that have like that look French. Like they just have like white skin and like blue eyes.
India is a land with borders.
Yeah.
So it's just like, all kinds of people can live on a piece of land.
Yeah. But do you remember when you started, maybe not even correcting people, but just saying, I am South Asian? You know
I would say
saying?
I started saying South Asian within like the last couple years, like even within comedy.
Recent.
I said it to be more inclusive because there's Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh.
I think I've always said it because I'm always boxed in as Indian. I'm like, no, I'm not Indian. They're like, oh, it's Pakistan is the same thing. And I'm like, actually, millions of people died to prove that it's not the same thing. So, so at some point, I probably like high school or college, I started saying South Asian.
I think I mostly like really say it now with like the comedy stuff. Yeah. Because people always want, like, that's another thing. It's like, it's easy for me to say Indian, like on the opposite side of you.
I've started saying Indian in conversations because I'm just tired of like the explanation.
It's like me giving into brown. It's like I'm just like, this is fucking
I've just
annoying.
given into
it. Doesn't feel good to say brown.
Yeah.
Oh really?
But it like if like at the beginning I like fucking hated it because they like the way people say shit is just so like disgusted or like antagonistic or like
I don't mind it. Honestly.
I felt better because we say it now.
Yeah.
But like when I grew up in Utah, people were like, "Oh, you're like brown." Like,
so
it's
that
gross.
was not a thing.
It'd be white people telling you that,
or other like or East Asians.
Would you say that's something
Really?
In general that you reclaimed brown?
Because
I did not think of it.
Felt like mine in the first place.
I want to do what you're doing is hold the mic like
Yeah.
this. Sorry,
Yeah.
I spoke over your answer. Say again.
It never like I mean I guess I like made it feel better for myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But it's like the reason I feel better is because we say it like. Because we're okay saying it, like brown girl magic, brown girl problems, and now
there's a brown girl magazine. Like I think as a culture in like America, we're reclaiming it as
and then you identify more with like it's like a people of color thing. It's like brown and black bodies, like that sort of thing. So now that's becoming more positive in that way too.
America's obsessed with skin color.
Everywhere is obsessed with skin color.
Well, that's true. It's I mean, it's superficial. It's the first thing you see. So it's like, okay, if people are going to see us that way, can we just own it?
Represent it, yeah.
When Kamau and I went to do it wasn't a USO tour. It was just a military tour in Okinawa.
Yeah.
Day one, we were walking around somewhere and just these kids saw us on the street and were giggling and pointing. And then one of them approached us. I think we took 2 or 3 photos that day of kids. It's like they had not seen. We were the rare black unicorns of the. Then that lasted one day, and then and you're
like, Eddie, I brought my camera.
Hey, we're here.
I think it's fine, like when people like genuinely like want to learn and they like don't know, and it's not like out of like malicious thing, but like all those words, like I feel like tired of some of the like the way it came at me, basically, like growing up. I don't know.
Would you say South Asian folks have their own N-word? Do you guys have your
people
own
just call us sand N-word.
Yeah.
Well, no. Oh, yeah. I should specify.
That happens.
Racist appropriated the black culture.
Yeah.
To
no. Do you have your own nigga?
Like for that we call each other?
Yeah.
I don't know. Do we?
Daisy?
No. That like a term of endearment.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
It's too tribalistic.
Yeah.
It's too divided. It's not like you're not united by any specific cause. There's like hierarchies. Like people always think it's the caste system, but it's also geography. Like it's
I mean, India used to be multiple nations, and
it's all different languages, hundreds of languages.
Colonialism took over and left it as a nation, a singular nation, which split up into different parts.
So I think like almost like here we like identify more with each other than people there do, kind of.
Well, yeah, here we have I mean, you're Pakistani, and maybe in India, if we grew up in that culture, the differences would be just more
We might
startling.
hate each other more if we were there.
That's what I'm saying.
But here
we're
we can bond,
we bond and we're friends. I mean, most of my closest friends are Indian, you know, and there's no, like, they've married Indians. It's not like a big deal here because it unifies us, I think.
Yeah.
I think there's this thing that a lot of different cultures have where they rebel so hard against other people that look like them because of how the outside world views them, and they're like, no, we're not this thing. It's like how Africans hate black people.
Yeah.
Like,
Wait,
how
what?
What? There's like, I mean,
Oh no.
I gotta go, and then he
go.
just leaves.
I gotta make a call.
It's like, or like, you know, like Pakistan, India. It's like this thing of like, no, we're different. We have our own identity.
Yeah.
We're like different, and it's. I feel like it's this like outside pressure of like, don't put their culture on me. We're different, and like, so that because of that reason I hate you or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely argue that they're more like there's more colorism and classism back in the homeland than there is here amongst all of us.
Yeah.
All right, we gotta wrap up.
I just have one more.
Kevin's having too much fun.
I'm having too much fun. Do you like how I've turned this into my podcast?
I like it. I like it.
You guys, did I have the best question out of all your guys?
You're our first
You're
guest.
our first guest.
You're great.
Oh.
How do we do?
Interesting. Okay. It's fine.
We had one
It
session
was
earlier. And
fine.
it was actually just us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's
We had
what's
our
funny.
intro
I came
podcast.
in here and I was like, I realized I didn't see the guest, and I was like, did they go at the back? Like, what the hell? How did I miss
that's
this
so
person?
funny.
Yeah, but I'm the first.
You're
I like it.
great first guest. Thank you so much.
Thank you for
Kevin.
being here. Can you plug where you are on social media, what we can find of your upcoming?
Yeah.
Where can people find you?
I am on Instagram. I'm Kevin Avery Comedy, and then I'm just Kevin Avery on Twitter. Do you see how I almost fell out of this chair just now? Yeah, that was
I think you got the broken chair.
unpleasant. It's fine. I just put my hand on that. Anyway, yeah. So that's
Finishing strong.
Kevin Avery on Twitter. Kevin Avery Comedy on Instagram. Are there other things? That's it. Yeah.
Facebook.
Don't
look for me on Facebook. I won't.
Snapchat.
For now.
I don't.
4chan.
Everyone, all of our hundreds of thousands of fans, please go find For Now and send it to us. Okay.
Good luck.
And our social media is facebook.com/facial recognition comedy. Instagram, it's facial recognition comedy. And on Twitter, it's facial rec comedy. All of my stuff is Pallavi Gunalan, PALLAVIGUNALAN.
And Fizaa is at, I don't know why I'm talking in third person.
Where'd she go? She's still in the bathroom?
I'm still peeing. That was ridiculous. 'Cause my bladder's not what it used to be. Anyway, Fizaa Dosani.
Last thoughts with Fizaa Dosani.
God, what's wrong?
Do you
with me?
tweet about your bladder?
Yo, that girl
Not
got
as-
a,
not
that
as
girl got a
often as I
tight
should.
bladder though. Her bladder's so tight.
I will. Yeah, there's a lot of things that have been said from stage about Fizaa's nether regions.
Oh God, is that true?
Come to our shows, guys.
Yeah.
All right. For
Okay,
me, by
go
you.
ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Social media.
Yeah, so I don't post my nether regions online, but you can still find me at Fizaa Dosani. Fizaa Dosani. I'll spell it FIZAADOSANI. And even though I spelled it, you're probably still going to spell it with 2 Z's and 1 A, even though it's 1 Z and 2 A's.
Whoops.
Thanks, guys.
And I'm Zahra Ali live on the social. Zahra is ZAHRA. And yeah, Ali live. Go find me.
Okay. Thank you
We're going
guys.
to take you to all the parties.
Yay! What a wonderful ending. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks, Kevin.
Bye.